everyone. I'm Sai Pranya from Karimnagar. I completed my bachelor's in Electronics and Communication Engineering in June 2022, like 6 months back from IIIT Basel. So in my final year, I decided to build my career in software industry due to its abundant opportunities, obviously. So immediately after completing my graduation, I joined NxtWave Disruptive Technologies CCBP intensive course to learn full stack development. And I got a job opportunity, and my job status is I got selected for the company. So now I achieved the job. So what is the company and all, we'll see. So I got a job opportunity from a company called ADP, and the role is member technical. I got selected as a member technical at ADP company. It's been only 2 days since I got the result. So now I'm here to explain about all the process, like since the job opportunity and till the result, how was my experience, how I prepared, and how the questions are asked, and what is the difficulty level, etc. We'll cover everything now. So first, I got a job opportunity in the job portal saying that you are eligible for a company called ADP for a role called member technical. So first, my eyes directly went to the package. So what was the package? Package was good for me. So it's a good package. Then I saw the locations. Locations are also fit for me. Then I did my research about the company and the role. I have seniors who are working in that company. So I got feedback from them. They told me to never miss this opportunity. So without any second thoughts, I applied for the job. Next. Then after application, what is the process? The interview process started. The first round was ADP Pariksha. This ADP has a name for its first round, that is ADP Pariksha. So it is nothing but a aptitude round actually. It is a written test for any interview. So it comprises of 3 sections. The first section has quants and arithmetic aptitude that we call. Next we have logical reasoning, and the third section is technical section, the computer section. So coming to the difficulty level is moderate actually. You just have to be quick to answer them. Like for one question, they gave only 1 minute of time. So they gave 60 questions, and within 1 hour, we have to answer all of them. So it is like section wise, we have to answer them. The difficulty level is moderate. You can answer them if you are quick at answering the aptitude questions. So it was good. Then I cleared that interview, and after 7 days, I got an interview call letter saying that, okay, you are selected for technical interview 1. So you'll be having interview on this day and so and so. Before I got mail from the ADP, I got like message in IBCom. I got a notification in IBCom saying that you'll be having interview tomorrow. You have to prepare for the interview. Then they also gave me a link, a document link consisting of some previous ADP questions, and they gave me an overall idea of what are the topics you can cover and how you can prepare, how confident you have to be, how your resume should be, how you have to behave during interview, how you have to dress up. Everything, that document consists of everything that we need before interview, like how we have to, everything. Then I referred that link. I practice all the questions. I made sure that my laptop is good, my dressing is good, and my resume is good. And I made sure to revise all the topics before interview. So whatever the topics I completed in NxtWave, I revised all the topics. So here, I did not refer cheat sheets, but I referred my notes. Actually, I made a note since the beginning, including cheat sheet notes, including the video notes, everything I included in my notes. I made a notes. So before any interview, I just wanted to revise all the topics. So I made a notes according to my understanding. You can refer cheat sheets or you can make your own notes. So I revised everything. I revised all the concepts, and I'm ready for the interview. So first level has started. So the interview 1. So I got a mail at 11 o'clock on the day, and the interview was at 12 o'clock. So before 1 hour, they sent me a mail saying that you'll be having an interview. So interview started. First, sir, the interview asked me about the first self-introduction. Then we had a discussion, like 5 minutes discussion was about my self-introduction only. Like I mentioned there, I have good communication skills. I organized events at my college, and these are the technologies I learned from CCBP. So he asked me about what is CCBP, what is NxtWave, how you managed to do the events at your college, how you organized everything. So he made me interactive with him. He made the discussion interactive so that I'll be comfortable throughout the interview. So it was a great interaction for the first 5 minutes. Then he moved to the technical questions. He asked me what is DDL and DDML commands in SQL. I was like, I don't know what are DDL and DML, but I know these are the commands used in SQL. So I listed all the commands used in SQL. He told those are classified as DDL and DML. So like that, he made me yeah, you know them, but you don't know that these are DDL and DML. Yeah, so I accepted that at that level, and then I told him, yeah, maybe okay, I got to know something new now, I said. Then he shifted to other questions. He asked me about loops, what are the loops we use in Python, and he asked me what is inner join in relational database that we use in SQL, what is inner join. And then he went to project discussion. He asked me my college description, my college project as well as my NxtWave project. So we had a project discussion, both my including my NxtWave project as well as my college project. He asked me questions on that, like how we have done, what are the algorithms used in my college project. So depending on that, the difficulty level raises, because you need to be clear about your projects. It is very important to be thorough about your project. Whatever you have done, whatever you are going to answer in the interview, you have to be very clear about it. You should know each and everything that you have done in your project. So the main concentration, the complete interview focus was on project that you have done. So he asked me all the questions, all the possible questions from my project, and I answered all of them, because I revised all the algorithms I used in my project, all the topics I used in my project. So whatever the flow chart or whatever it is, so I revised everything before the interview. So it was easy for me to answer all the questions in interview about the project. So after completing about the project, he was confident. Yeah, she answered everything about the project. And then he asked some more technical questions in Python, and then he just ended up saying that, what do your parents do, and you speak very well, how do you manage to speak confidently in interview, like what are the things you follow, give me any tips, like that. He made me interactive with him, and then he ended up the session giving me a positive feedback. He said that you have good communication skills and you have good listening skills, maintain that, keep that up for next interview also, he said like that. And then we ended the first interview. So the first interview was good. I was confident. I answered all the questions. If I don't know, I said I don't know. I'll be happy to learn it. Then coming to the second interview. Within 2 days, I got a second interview mail saying that you'll be having an interview on this day. Same. Before 1 hour, I got the mail. This time, I did not get any information from the NxtWave also. So directly on the same day, I got a mail at 11 o'clock saying that you'll be having interview at 2 o'clock. So immediately, I was preparing everything. I set up my laptop, I got dressed up, and I was ready for the interview directly without any preparation this time. So the interview was also I forgot to tell you, the first interview was like for half an hour to 40 minutes, and the second interview is also for like half an hour to 40 minutes. It's like 40 minutes for me. So first, coming to the second interview, there was an internet problem for me. So he said, no problem, take your time, set up the connection, take your time, sign into your network, no worries, that's not a problem. Then I took my time. There was a power cut, so I took my time. I connected my mobile hotspot, everything, and everything was set up. So I was tensed at the beginning because of this internet inconvenience, but again he made me interactive with him again by saying about my self introduction. He asked me my self introduction. I told him everything, and then he also interacted with me based on my self introduction. He asked me, what is NxtWave, why did you join here, what is your role here, do you learn or do you do any job, like that. So it was an interactive session starting. He interacted with me very well at the beginning, and again he jumped to the technical questions again. Now he asked me, what is NoSQL. I was like, I don't know anything about NoSQL. I know that it is used in non-relational database. I know about SQL. I learned about SQL. He said, no problem, we'll talk about SQL only. So like that, if I don't know anything about it, what do you know then? I know this. So he asked me about that. He was making sure that how I am understanding my concepts. If I tell him that I know this concept, how well do you know? Do you really know that concept, or you're just saying that? So he tested me in SQL. He asked me why it is called known as relational database only, why the name relational, like that. He asked me the questions, and then there was a coding this time. In second interview, he asked me to code removing the duplicates from a list, and then to read a file in Python, how to read a first line and last line in Python. Like that, he asked me questions related to coding questions. He asked me 2 coding questions. I solved them. And then he jumped to project discussion again. This time, the project discussion was very depth. Like he asked me my college. First, he asked me, I mentioned Wikipedia search in my projects list. He asked me to make changes in front of him in Wikipedia search application. So I made some changes in the code. He asked me, okay, if I want a drop down like this in search bar, what you will do? I answered him. Like if I don't know also, I almost gave him an idea how he's testing me how my thought process will be when he answered one question. Like if I want to do some change in the project, how I'll manage, how I'll start, how I'll end up. So how my thought process is in complete answering the question. So like that, he tested me in that, and he asked me everything about my college project. I answered him well. Then he ended up asking me about about do you know anyone in ADP? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And why IT? Why have you shifted for IT? Because you are from ECE. So like that, those questions, as I already got prepared for those general questions, I answered him very well. So this is how my interview went. And after 2 days of second interview, I got a mail saying that you cleared all our interviews, and now you are all set to get into ADP. So this is my journey of interview experience. So here, coming to the tips or the experience, like what I learned from my experience, if I had to say those, I will just tell you three things: how you have to be before interview, how you have to be during interview, and how you have to be after the interview. So first, before interview, just revise everything. Everything you have to revise everything. You do, like for another student, same interviewer asked questions from Java, like, and he concentrated more on oops. For me, he concentrated more in Python. So we don't know in which same interviewee can ask questions in different topics. So you have to be thorough with every topic. You cannot expect from which topic he'll ask. So it will be in your hands to take him through the interview in which topics you need to be asked, like that. So it will be in your hands and in his hands also. So just be thorough with every concept before the interview. Coming to the next, during interview, be confident and calm. Just be calm, don't be nervous. Just, you know everything, you revised everything, just be calm and answer him the questions he want. If you don't know anything, just tell him, I don't know this concept, but I know this concept related to that. If you know anything, I know this concept, but I don't know this concept. I'll be happy to learn if that is necessary for me. So like that, you just answer him calmly and smoothly and confidently during the interview. Then after the interview, just leave it to them, leave it to the company. Not okay, whatever the result may be, just try to not repeat just write down all the mistakes you have done in your interview. In previous interview, you might have done some mistakes. Just write down all the mistakes and write down all the best things you have done also, just to praise yourself. And then write down all the mistakes you have done so that you do not repeat them again to the another interview. Then just be calm. Then after getting your result, whether you be selected or not selected, if you are selected, you are happy. If you're not selected, just try for another one. That's it. No problem. Just don't get demotivated for everything. Like, I applied for one company, I did not even get shortlisted for that company. Now I have better package and better company now in my hands. So don't get demotivated if you don't get selected. So this is my interview journey and my journey with NxtWave. I'm happy that I got selected at ADP, and I'm happy that I'm just all thanks to NxtWave for this technical knowledge I have, and I'm very confident that I'll do good in the company I go to. I'm very confident I'll reach further steps in ADP, and I'll be happy. I know that. Thank you.